Bag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. What's good? What's good? What's good? Whew. I just had like the most satisfying dinner. Yeah. Sometimes you have things that taste really, really good, but tonight's dinner was just perfect. I'm not going to tell you what it was. I'm just going to tell you that it was fantastic. Having some of that good. Hello, Joaquin. Hello, Rick Ritchie. Hello, Hutanic. Hello, Bianca. Hello, Mick. I'm not saying that. Hello, Mick. I'm going to stop there. Love my Yoda was good. And we've missed you. Welcome. Corey H in the his house. That's what I'm talking about. So here's the deal. It's Friday Flips. That means I will do whatever the heck I feel like doing. I might deliver some news. I might deliver some commentary. But Friday Flips is all about us. What's good, Leroy? In the his house. We have a lot of big baggers in the house tonight. Excuse me. Love my Yoda. So, my guys are still working. Gotta love these guys. Stop. I just sent one of my guys a note. We have a term, a technical term, in our company, and it is slap a bitch. Like when code is acting up, we say slap a bitch. And then if you can't fix what you're working on, like you're having a hard time, we say that the bitch is slapping back. So, so I just told my guy to stop being a bitch and slap back harder. I know, we're so dirty mouthed over here. That's right. So if you ever work at Rebel Visions, know that there is no HR department. You can forget that. You can forget that. You have a problem, you want to go cry, go in the bathroom, come back and get to work. You have something mean to say, let it out. Let it out. You know how many times my guys get on me about some ish? Woo! Let me tell you. Half the stuff that I know is because my team had to beat it into me. Hello, Paula. So was today a good day? I'm just asking for a friend. Don't get mad at me. Don't. I'm serious. Was it a good day? I'm just wondering. Because, Bitcoin hitting 105 and change. That could be a good day. It's currently at $104,527.89. Had to say it. Go Fatima is in the house too. So I'm sipping some good right here. This is an Argentinian Malbec, and oh my Lord. And my daughter got me this glass. She got me a pair of glasses. This is one of them. It's my favorite glass now. The wine decanter I have, the one that she got me broke, but I was able to find. Now here's what's crazy. My best friends, one of my best friends' mothers were moving out of their house, and she had the same exact, decanter in crystal. Oh my God. And she was like, "Oh my God, you broke your decanter that your daughter got you? Please take this." So I went to grab it as I would normally grab it, the one that my daughter gave me, and I was like, "Oh, it's got some weight to it." Yeah, it is gorgeous. So to have it in, the replacement decanter that my daughter got me, and this. So Bonnie, thank you. It's my friend's mom. I don't even call her Bonnie. I'm just saying Bonnie so that you guys know her name, but I don't call her Bonnie. I go to her house, I call her mom. She's known me. Oh my God. Holy mo! I can't even say how long she's known me because wow. It's been a long time. Like for real, for real. Elliot calls my mom. Like we don't ask each other, how's your mom doing? We ask, how's mom doing? Simple as that. Simple as that. But today was a great day. I think somebody had said that it was going to start to get good as we get close to the inauguration. I wonder who that person was. I don't know. My name escapes me. Maybe you guys know. Name escapes me. Yo, Daniel, what's going on? Daniel Castro Brown, what's good? So there's been a lot of news. You have Wazir X was hacked for 230 million. They were able to just now to freeze 3 million. Cool. They got 3 million. Listen, it sounds like it's not much, right? But when you think about everything that's happened, that 3 million is a big deal. So hat tip to that team for being able to identify and freeze that 3 million. And I reported yesterday that, Wazir X, there are some other companies that are looking to buy Wazir X. Snatch them up. That would be interesting. So that's still going on. So that's good news. Now, something that dropped my jaw, and I've been hearing about it for a while. Crypto.com secures a MiCA license for EU operations. Now, I've spoke about this before, but I don't think people understand the significance of this. US-based company getting access to Europe legally under the new legal laws. Big deal. That is a big deal. Don't write that one off. Now, hold it. I forgot to mention that the Solana status page, because remember, Hutanik was talking about that yesterday, has a get notifications button. I've had a couple of people get on me for riding Solana so much. I'm going to read this to you again. I forgot to mention that the Solana status page has a get notifications button. So how you handle things is to say, oh, well, we know it happens enough that we should probably have a page, that sends you notifications. Yeah. Okay. I'm not even going to comment on it. I'm just going to leave that right there where it is. Because what else is there to say? Now, ADA stat or ADA stat is a whole different thing. Shows governance, pools, blocks, and a dashboard. Yeah, that's totally different. It's showing like community level stuff. Yeah, that's different. That's a real tool. 52% of the votes say go for the hard fork. Now the Constitutional Committee is pending. No doubt. That's big. Cardano's not playing games. Cardano is looking to be the most decentralized coin out there. Don't wag a finger at Cardano. Like, seriously, I love Cardano. Hat tip to that team. Seriously. And even more so, hat tip to the community. The community is what has grown and blossomed Cardano. And let me say, we're not done yet. Just saying, we're not done yet. Wyoming and Massachusetts propose state Bitcoin investments. String of states doing the same thing. String of states. So you've got countries and separate states that are saying, "Oh yeah, no, we should probably do that." So those bills are put forward. Just saying, that's not a small thing. Not a small thing. DCG, I want you to look up, what is it? Digital something group? Digital, it's going to bother me. It will absolutely bother me if I don't know what this is. Hopefully it'll pop up quickly. There you go. DCG, 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 da 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 da. Digital Currency Group. Okay, that's who they are. They own. They used to own CoinDesk. They had to sell it. Wanna know why? Genesis had that earn program with Gemini. Everything went south, and Genesis has gone, let's just say, chest up, bankrupt. And they own DCG, own Genesis. They had to pay Gemini, and there's still a whole bunch of stuff going on. But DCG needs money. DCG needs money, but DCG needs more money because they just got fined. DCG gets fined $38 million by the SEC. Sanctions against the Genesis CEO as well. Yo, Fultz, what's good? So yeah, it's DCG's got problems. DCG's got problems. Hold on a second. Let me see if I missed anything. A MiCA license granted under the markets and crypto assets. No. Yeah, they can do their own research on that. I don't have to read it. Yeah, I didn't spell it out. You know what? You can take your little behind to the corner. You can take your behind it. Because if you do your research every day, you cannot miss MiCA. So, sir, enjoy the corner. No. Shh. It's okay. Shh. Go ahead. Go on. It's all right. We'll let you out in a little while. As soon as all the wine is done, we'll let you out. So, Fultz is the legend. What else did I miss? Everyone should love it. It is mostly small wallets, grassroots. Yeah. I love Cardano because of that reason. Michael McCaskill in the house. What is I think Onyx Coin is XYC. Somebody asked me about it the other day, and then I started seeing it pop up on different threads, different places where I've been noticing. Somebody is quietly trying to shill coins. It's called a soft shill. Somebody will pose as a subscriber, or they are a subscriber. They got interested because somebody else said, so they asked somebody that they trust. That's where Onyx Coin is doing it. So no, I will not be recommending that coin. I won't even talk about it anymore. Cheers. So, the whole MiCA thing turns out might have to have clawbacks. Yeah, we'll have to do more research on that. Don't know. Yo, Coach Kevin the Realtor, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well. So yeah, I'm looking at things and I'm just saying, I'm starting to see different trends with shilling, right? How these coins are going about marketing themselves. And that's one of them. Because I saw somebody else get hit with it. I was on YouTube and I just happened to hit it and I was like, oh. And then somebody asked them, oh, have you ever heard of an innocent style question? So from now on, if you mention a coin, I don't care who you are. For all my future moderators, I don't give a crap who you are. So that when you're moderating, you understand. If you ask a question about a coin and you haven't done a modicum of research or stated a modicum of research to prove to us that you've actually done some research, we're going to move on. And that person should get what? That's right, a warning. Should get a warning. And we'll give you the warning, and I'll announce it, and it'll be a nice soft warning, and that'll be it. And then we'll pay attention if they do it again. And if they do it again, it'll be immediate ban. Because, yeah, I've seen it across a couple of different spaces. I started investigating, and I was like, oh, so that's what they're doing. So, yeah. Let's not get caught up in that. Let's see. The one didn't like me. Reminding him that. Oh, Joaquin wants to stay in the corner. That's what he's saying. He wants to stay in the corner. Turtle Bitcoin. What's going on? Dak J Clark. What's going on? And I know that's not your first name. Is it Dak or Daj? I'm not sure, and I apologize for mispronouncing your name. But welcome. What's good? What's good? What's good? What other news do we have? We've got eToro considering a $5 billion U.S. IPO. Like, say what? Yep, $5 billion U.S. IPO for eToro. That's the consideration. And if they're floating that bubble, to me, it sounds like they're probably going to do it. You don't float a bubble that big and not do it. There's no way. There's no way. None. And where's D Mac? I thought he'd be here like harping on XRP achieving a new all-time high. Thought he'd be screaming about that. I did hear that he sent big baggers to the corner and there was a party going on. Paula, you have now won yourself a one-way ticket to the corner. Go enjoy yourself. Oh, snap. That's what's up. Dak's my son. Yes. We got father and son over there. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't see him sign up. So, Dak, you better get on it, man. You better become a big bagger. I'm just saying, we have a lot of stuff going on. A lot. A lot. The next big bagger meeting, and to all my big baggers, I apologize. Somebody received an email saying that Eddie screwed up, and I did. We have a process that will send out the invitation, right? We send it out via email, and we're trying to create a process that will send out separate meeting invitations. The problem is that when you accept a meeting invitation, most platforms, even cross platforms, will tell you who else is showing up to the meeting. So we're trying to. You'll probably just receive it. We'll probably move over to a webinar type thing. It's the same thing. It's just, but the delivery mechanism is better. Right? It's the same thing, but the delivery mechanism is better. It enables us to actually say, oh, okay, so these people are showing up, separates, the people from knowing each other's email addresses. So yeah, I screwed up and I apologize to all of you for that. That's on me. That's on me. Better that I find out now than we have like 10 times the number of people on it. Ooh, imagine that. Oh, imagine. Oh, Lordy. The first person to make a computer, female. Yep, that's right. And she didn't just make any computer. Go look her up. Lovelace was no joke. That woman was no joke. May I recommend a little crow? Oh, I understand. You want to be in the corner for like a month. You're getting extra credit. You're getting extra corner credit, sir. You're welcome. There you go. Everybody makes mistakes. But only our community will rag me for making a mistake. Kay Lundstead, what's good? And I don't know if it's Kay Lundstead or Clunstead. I think it's Kay Lundstead, so I apologize if I ruined it. Sorry. I think it's time you get disciplined by Lady Marie. I don't know who that is, and yeah, nah. I have no idea who that person is. Nah. They're like, I want to say like 7 individuals on this planet that are allowed to do that. Yeah. And only one of them is guaranteed to not get hit back. Guaranteed. And that's mom. My mother would literally walk up to one of us and literally say, bend down so I can slap the shit out of you. And you know what happens, right? And you better not move either. You better not flinch. Take it. Take it. U.S. Federal Reserve signals potential rate cuts in 2025 because one of the governors said, hey, listen, if things keep going the way they are, we could see a rate cut within the first half of 2025. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think so. I think there are a lot of companies out there that are looking at layoffs. And I think jobless claims are going to go up. I think profits are going to go up. And that's going to put us in a place where you're kind of in a state of flux and you can just stay the course. Just don't touch anything. I think that economic data will have to come in that is super good, leaning toward a rate cut, for them to do a rate cut. If it's just good, they're going to stay the course and not do any rate cuts. And by the way, I think that was a dumb statement by the governor. And the reason, and here's why. I'm not trying to be mean, but seriously, I think that was a dumbass statement. And the reason why is because you have no idea what the new regime is going to do. You have no idea. I mean, you have some idea, but talk is one thing. Doing something is another, and that regime has already proven that that's the case. So if that's the case, then you shouldn't have said anything about future rate cuts. You should have just said, well, we've got to look at the data, and we don't know. So go Fatima. I'll give you an idea about how that goes. So Citi reported their numbers, and they did better than expected, right? Why? Because they cut jobs and to the street. Oh, that's efficiency. La, 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 la. And they get rewarded. What did they just announce? Day before yesterday? $600 million earmarked for severance packages. More job cuts. More job cuts. And if they do this one even half as well as they did the last one, they'll get rewarded again for, oh boy, yeah, more efficiency. Except, they seem to think that they're a bank. Hear me out. They seem to think that they're a bank. There's not a single bank on this planet that is not driven by technology. Understand where I'm going? So if you're a bank and the only reason why you are a bank is because of technology, then how are you going to blame your IT crew for not moving fast enough because they couldn't fix a problem that you have that the government is slapping you on the wrist for? It's not an IT problem. That's a business problem. Citi has yet to actually come to the street and say, this is what we are, and these are the efficiencies, operational efficiencies that we're going to implement to focus on that definition. Aha. And that's the problem. Therein lies the problem. So when I look at Citi, I just sit there and I just go, yeah, you can only do job cuts, but for so long. Don't get me wrong, Citi is bloated. They really are. But most of the ways that they're bloated is, you've got so many people that do so many jobs that just you have layer on top of layer on top of layer on top of layer. And not only that, but as you go up, you start to realize those people up there don't do jack. When you create a presentation for the people at that level, you know what they tell you to do? Do it like you're talking to a 2-year-old. They don't have a lot of time. Why would I write a presentation about bank operations, whatever's going on about a bank, projects, whatever, and write it like I'm talking to a 2-year-old? Because the person I'm talking to is not a 2-year-old. Do you mean to tell me you can't understand? I had somebody actually ask me, way back in the day, not even way back in the day, just a couple of years ago, ask me a common term in technology because they didn't understand technology. Then why do you have a job in technology? How did you get your job in technology? Somebody thought it was awesome to hire somebody that has managerial experience, supposedly, to go run a tech team. No, don't do that. There's no respect there. None. Not some, none. This person was so bad they didn't even understand Excel. And I'm not lying. I'm dead serious. They couldn't understand Excel. So in general, when I look at banks, DMAC, I'll get to you in a second. When I look at banks, most banks have a problem. I think all banks have a single common problem. What is a bank? Define that for me, please. Define that for me, please. What is a bank? Back in the day, we knew what a bank was. Right now, what is a bank? What do you do? You can do the same thing that you can do in crypto. That's fine. But what do you do? The only problem with crypto for a bank is, well, if I can save money over there, OBG was good. If I can save money over there, then okay, that's what I'm talking about. But what do you do as a bank? What services do you provide? As a bank, why are you charging me money to hold my money so that you can make money on it? Most people don't understand that. Somebody puts in, deposits $100, and they don't understand why in 3 months they have less than $100, even though they didn't touch it. It's because what they're giving you in interest is far outweighed by the amount of money they're charging you. They haven't fixed it yet. They're not even trying to fix it. They're not. They're not. So that's the problem. Just saying. So let me just make sure. Let me just see what I missed. I know I missed a couple of things. Let's go over there. Did not know. Interesting. Hold it. Rick Ritchie, Cardano, most and influential mathematical of the. I couldn't even understand that. Profit. Okay, got that. Did not know. Interesting. Well thought out. Yes. Now I understand what you meant. Thank you. Batting practice. That's cricket, man. Really? I know it's called batting, but in the United States, same thing though, same result. Well thought out for sure. Cardano is taught at 4 universities. Now that is looking long. I guess. I think the creation of its decentralized space is more. I mean, what was that number, Hutanik? 10,000 people worldwide being brought together. 10,000 people. That's the one. That's looking forward. Because you know what you had to do to even get there? Oh my God. I'm a certified project manager, and I know what it would take to coordinate all that. Holy moly. That's the feat. I don't think that gets talked about enough, that Cardano's pulled off. Not nearly enough. Do you know what kind of faith you have to have in a project to be able to pull that off? So being taught in universities, yeah, that's nice. I'm not trying to belittle that, but that feat right there, love me some Cardano. That's all I'm going to say. Love me some Cardano. With the technology, I can see banks getting hit hard. With AI technology, I missed the I. There are banks out there trying to create employees using AI, and I'm just like, good luck with that. Like, seriously, all that. There you go. So I'm just sitting back and I'm just looking at things and I'm just kind of going, banks have yet to actually start to define themselves. I'm not talking about investment banks because they've defined themselves, right? Investment bank. Well, what does that mean? It means they help you invest. That's not hard. It's not hard. Doesn't mean they're perfect, but they've at least got a direction. They've got a stated direction. But those general banks, what do you do? What do you do for me? What do you do for me? More people get paid in crypto. More businesses accept crypto. Don't need fiat. Don't need a bank. Or need less of those particular services from a bank. That's the breakdown. That's the breakdown. What else do we have? 224 peer-reviewed paper. Yeah, I can't go through all that. What's So TurtleCoin is asking, what's Tether and other stablecoins going to do with the banks? The better question is, what are the stablecoins going to do with governments around the world? I'm just going to let that wash over you for a minute. That's the right question. What are stablecoins going to do with governments around the world as they start to realize that your little CBDC not going to work? If you I said it before and I'll say it again. If a country implements a CBDC, I think that country is destined to have a failed fiat. Really and true. I think that country is destined to have a failed fiat. Sooner rather than later, I think it expedites the crash of their fiat. Mark my words. I could be wrong. But that's actually what I think. Because the rest of the world is saying, yeah, nah, we're not doing. The United States consumes the most of everybody for almost everything, right? And the United States is saying no to a CBDC. So how are you going to trade with us? Because it sure as hell ain't going to be your CBDC. Nope. You know, the one that you can just turn off. Oh, sure, I'll pay you. Here's my CBDC. And then click. That CBDC is worthless. Nah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. So your CBDC would only be good within your borders, and even then, click your CBDC, Mr. Johnson. Yeah, that's not going to work. They haven't figured that out. They haven't listened to themselves. AC Power was good. I'm sorry, I didn't say hello before. Basically, a neighborhood loan shark. Instead of breaking your legs, if you're late, they charge you overdraft fees. And I don't know if you people get this, but they charge overdraft fees to the people that need it most, that need the assistance most. They don't charge overdraft fees to rich folk. Oh no, we know how hard it is for you to move your millions around to be able to pay these bills. Well, get back to us next week. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we know you're good for it. Let you be somebody of meager means, and you're late. Yeah, well, there's your late fee. You see the comings and goings of my account, and you think your late fee is a good idea? They never bang rich people, wealthy people for late fees. They only bang poor. Because that's the business model. Keep draining the poor so the rich get richer, the wealthier get wealthier. Does that make sense? Makes sense to them. I just want to understand, what sense are they listening to? Just want to know. Shabbat Shalom, Lex Luthor. What's good? So I've been championing for people to vote no on CBDC to be ahead of the curve. Let me tell you something. I'm not telling people to vote no on a CBDC. You know what I tell them? Go get an education on crypto and then review equally on what a CBDC is. What can you do with a CBDC that you can't do right now with Cash App? Oh, that's right. It travels over a private network. Okay, that's a good one. Mary Obanyo, what's up? So a CBDC would be traveling over a public network, right? But it's not public. Be owned by the government. That's not public. They'll say it's public, but that's not public. That's not public. And would they allow us to see how the government is actually using money? Because, blockchain and all that. Nope. Where that money's going, for what it's going for? Nope. There'll be a number of secret wallets and secret addresses that only like 3 people will know. Just saying. So, just saying. Nigeria tried to force their people to use the CBDC. The Nigerians moved to Tether and BTC. Yes, they did. Yep. They were like, good luck with that. Bless your heart. That's basically what they said. Bless your heart. Because why would I do that? Does anybody have any good news for this weekend? I have some good news for this weekend. I have what I think is good news. You guys might not think it's good news. It's inauguration weekend. Supposedly we've got the the crypto ball that's going on. In order for you to attend the ball, you've got to fork up tons of money. Where do you think that money's going? I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, our country has quickly moved to become an oligarchy. Quickly. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what party you're with. It's an oligarchy. When you can spend a couple of $100 million to help somebody get elected, and in repayment for that are more government contracts or extensions thereof, and what else? Oh yeah, you get a government spot. Here's the difference, though. You don't have to go through any committees or anything else for that spot. It's a new area. You don't have to go through anything. So you're going to be giving government money to do whatever you want to do with that particular organization. That's going to be fun to watch. That's going to be fun to watch. And I pay attention because that absolutely is going to affect my bag. Canada what? And Canada what? I can't move to Canada and, escape this. Got to take my crypto someplace else. I called oligarchy a decade ago. Yep. Because it was getting worse and worse and worse from before then. It was always about how much money do you have, because depending on how much money you have, that's how you're going to become president. That started decades ago. Not decade, decades ago. Who, Canada's F now, or we're F now? The United States is F now, because, just saying. I knew what you meant. You didn't have to make the correction. Trust me, Ann, I knew what you meant. I know you weren't trying to tuck in some little kid. I know that you meant they're F now. The game is get all liquidity out of their system before on-ramps are closed. Not Dubai. Yeah, Canada's screwed. Maybe. I wouldn't say Dubai. There's no fun in Dubai. There are certain laws that will stop you from having certain kinds of fun. So I don't know about Dubai. I think I'll do a flyby. I'll land there for a couple of days. Ha ha ha. Yay, and get the heck out. I'm thinking an island. I'm thinking islands. But then you have to look at global warming and all that good stuff and see what's affected around the world and see how that all works out. My guys are still working. Ugh, not giving me good news at the moment. I still have a bite of dinner left, and I'm waiting. Yep, universal basic income is being rolled out in a county in California. That's right. I know you're talking about Canada, but that's being rolled out in California as a test bed because AI, automation, Web3, bots, the combination of it all. Yeah, that's why. That's why it's being rolled out. No money, no questions asked. Here's some money. Wall Street. I said this last week. Wall Street is expecting to shed, 200,000 jobs within the next 2 or 3 years. 200,000 jobs within the next 2 or 3 years. That's a jolt to the economy. That's a big jolt. And what that says is those jobs are not coming back. They're being lost to AI and automation. Those jobs will not be back. So 200,000 jobs gone. And some people are like, oh, well, you can go learn automation and AI. Well, not really. That's not going to help you. It's not. It might help you now if you're good at what you do, but it's not going to help you later. I miss anything? I called in and got that. Yeah, if you notice, I don't scroll. If it's not on the screen, then I missed it, and that'll be it. Let's see. News. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong calls on countries to establish Bitcoin reserves. The reason why I'm making this face is because I'm sitting back and I'm thinking about that. All these countries create Bitcoin reserves or whatever it is. And retail people are still scratching their heads talking about, I don't trust crypto. Tell me that's not a problem. Tell me how that's not a problem. I don't do crypto. I don't understand crypto. I don't want to understand crypto. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? In the United States, I told you this yesterday, and it's been shared with you a couple of weeks ago. In the United States, you're going to have to really report your crypto findings. Why? Because anything that you do with a centralized exchange is going to be reported to the United States government, the same way your employer reports. So what your employer reports, you have to match on your side, and that's how they sync the books. So imagine, a centralized exchange tells the government you did this, you did that, and you come along and say you only did this. You're going to have good reason. That kicks in this year. So next year when you file your taxes, you're going to have to be crazy detailed. So what are a lot of people doing? On-ramping their money in different ways. On-ramping their money in different ways and not using centralized exchanges. And then they'll change the laws to say, well, you on-ramped your money and, so what'd you do with it? None, yo. Why do I have to tell you? Well, because we think you could have made money. What kind of case is that? And I think that's where we're headed. 8 pause. Yep. El Salvador is offering free tech training to the youth of El Salvador. Yep. That's really old news. The reason why it has bearing right now is because do you see other countries doing that? I'm serious. Who does El Salvador compare to? They're a tiny little itty bitty little country in it. But they really are playing ball like big boys, right? You're going to train your youth? And here's the other problem. Tech training? Are you serious? What tech? You're going to have to be more specific now. Because there's tech out there now that will tell you, I reviewed your code and it sucks. Here are the changes you should make. You know what? Don't even worry about making those changes. I can make those changes for you. Guess what? I already did it. And everything's running much smoother now. That sounds insane, but that's going on right now. Cray cray, right? It's going on right now, folks. It's going on right now. And for all those people that are sitting there going, clutch my pearls. That's a thing. That is a thing. So when I look at it all, I'm just sitting here and I'm just going, yeah, we need to step up our game. Countries are going to have to start thinking, well, as things become more and more automated and this, that, and the other, like, what does that all mean? It means a lot of people are going to lose their jobs and we're going to have to rethink, what our monetary systems are going to be around the world. Special, right? Special. El Salvador will be mining BTC from volcanoes. That's right. They already have it. That's equivalent to being an energy producer. That's right. They're already doing it. They're already doing it. I don't know why people are sleeping on El Salvador and other countries. Folks need to wake up. Folks really need to wake up. So when I look at somebody and they go, oh, I don't trust, I don't even continue the conversation. As a matter of fact, I forget that you exist. I don't trust crypto. Okay. All right. Good luck. Bless your heart. Pat you on the ass and send you on your way. Dead serious. I do not try to educate people that don't want to be educated. That's a waste of my time, and my time is precious. I'd rather wash my hair and have nothing to do with it. Know what I mean? I just washed my hair and I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Geothermal energy, but here's the problem. So you're getting energy from a volcano, and what you're running creates a lot of heat. Max Salas, what's good? So yeah, I just look at things and I just kind of go, there are a lot of things that we could fix. There are a lot of things we could fix. And we need to figure that out. So every time you take your money and you go to the bank, you need to figure out, well, what am I expecting from a bank? It's not just that banks need to redefine what they do, but we need to redefine what we expect and what we want from a bank. Me personally, I look at it more as, do I need a bank to do what I want to do? I'm first thinking of going this way. You want to know what that mindset is? Cord cutting. Cord cutting. People leaving cable television to only do internet-based TV. The only thing I want from cable is an internet connection. And pretty soon, that's going to be like a mandatory thing. Everybody's going to have, internet. So imagine when internet goes free. Wow. Just saying. Geothermal is available to everyone, kind of, sort of. If you drill deep enough, it gets really hot the deeper you go. Yeah, no joke. There are different use cases for different areas of the world, and that's how you've got to figure that one out. Isn't it Iceland where most citizens get free geothermal energy for their homes? No idea, but that would save big money, wouldn't it? Had somebody knock on my door today talking about, oh, we can save you money on energy and blah, 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 dunk. Where am I spending my money? How am I spending it? And can I spend less? That's honestly how I'm thinking about things. I want to spend less money on my necessities and more money on my memories and more money for my last name. That's honestly how I'm looking at it. Let me see. I'm looking to see. No, I don't mind if somebody says that a particular coin that they are following is pumping right now. But if you ramble on about it, that's when I'm going to think that you're shilling. So yeah, we're not picking up that conversation. Russia drilled down 9,000 feet. The drill bits melted. Why would you drill down that far? We already have global warming problems and you want to drill to the core of the earth. That's like dumb. The world climate has changed and people are trying to do more things to screw it up even more. Thank you. Bless your heart. Right? How does that affect my bag? We've got to spend more money on slowing the planet down from killing us. We've got to spend more money on figuring out where can we go because we screwed this planet up so bad. Do you want to hear something that's really messed up? Thanos wasn't wrong. Thanos wasn't wrong. Because maybe we'll learn the lesson. We'll think differently. Until then, the wealthier get wealthier, the rich get poorer, the poorer get poorer. Actually, if you look at El Salvador, you could say, well, the poor are fighting back, right? Something to think about. Something really truly to think about. What I think about right now is, how commerce happens. Like I spend a lot of time thinking about commerce. You have something I want to buy it. How can I get it from you? How do I pay you? How do I transfer value from me to you so I can have that? That's what I think about. And then I think about how can I make money off of that transaction? If more and more people do that, how am I making money? What skills can I put to use to make money? It sounds nuts, but that's what I think about. Oh man, that really is some good. Really is some good. But yeah, I mean, when I look at all the news, I'm thinking far out. I mean, just look at everything that's going on right now. Wazir X doing well, but the real story is companies are trying to buy Wazir X. Crypto.com expanding into Europe with the MiCA rules and regulations. Max Salas, I'm sipping on a nice Argentinian Malbec. It's rated 95 by James Suckling. Tastes awesome. Wyoming and Massachusetts joining a long list of states in the United States saying that, hey, we're going to start buying Bitcoin, or we'd like to start buying Bitcoin. Let's put this forward. SEC fining DC Group, Digital Currency Group, that is, $38 million, sanctions the Genesis CEO. The reason why I brought that news up is because if you go look up Digital Currency Group, you can see all of their holdings. And I said, a year ago, that all of their holdings is going to wind up going on the chopping block because they need money. $38 million out the door because of this. They got problems. It is amazing. That wine is amazing. 95 by James Suckling. I bought a couple of bottles. I went out and I bought wine today, and I bought a few bottles. I bought 2 of these. I sent my mom the pictures because she likes wine. What else is there? eToro considering a $5 billion US IPO. That would have impact. No, that would have impact. $5 billion US IPO. That makes noise. We should be paying attention. US Federal Reserve signaling potential rate cuts. Yeah, that's an economic level event. We should be paying attention. Who here did their 15 minutes of research today? Who here did their 15 minutes of research today? By a couple of posts, I know a couple of people have done it. Let's see where we at right now. 104,257. Wow. 104,257. That's interesting. Does that take long? Let me see. Give me a moment. Fix thyself. There you go. 102.57, and then XRP 325. Obviously, they hit a new all-time high as well. Solana getting hammered. Like the distance between it's $80 billion is the moat that XRP has put between itself and Solana. Solana's having a hard time staying ahead of BNB. And then 40,000 away is Doge, which is up to 42 cents, which I just bought the other day when it was way lower than that. I'm like, yes, thank you very much. Cardano's up to $1.13, right? I mean, you start going down the list and you start to see who's close. So Avalanche and Chainlink are battling it out for number 11 and 12. Number 10 is ranked Tron. Tron's, I think, like in the 20s or something like that. Chainlink is making moves. I also bought some Chainlink today. What wound up happening was I wanted to buy some Render. And the old Render was on Ethereum, RENDER. The new Render, RNDR, is on Solana. I sold it. I sold it, and I said I'm not going to buy Render because they were on Solana, and I you know what I bought? I flipped it for Sui. I flipped it for Sui. I was like, oh, let me get some more Sui, and then I bought part of it for Sui and part of it for Chainlink because I think Chainlink is undervalued. I think Chainlink is going to start making noise, and people are going to be like, "Where'd Chainlink come from?" Yeah, okay, you weren't paying attention, were you? All right, it's fine. Don't continue to not pay attention to Chainlink. More for me, thank you. I'm not mad about that. Sui, yeah, Sui under $5. Yeah, I bought some more. Why not? Why not? I'm really ahead on Sui, so I'm not worried about it. Micronuclear reactors, that's right. SMRs. What are they called? Super micro or something like that. Micro reactors make more sense, of course, coupled with whatever they do. But how's that happen? I had no time today. I was growing my bag. Had I done research, I would have missed the train. Yeah, but you were still doing something, so I can understand that. XRP has flipped Bitcoin before too. Yep, that's old news. I said it before, man. I just wanted to bother Rick Ritchie. Link is one of my faves this cycle. No, Link is one of my faves, period. It is a part of the connective tissue, period. Not going to have Web3 without Link. I have a nice box of Trader Joe. Everybody, let's give a hat tip to Joaquin. He's remodeling the corner. He figures he's going to be there for a while. Hutanic just joined him too. For giving him that compliment. You guys are horrible. Oh my God, Lex Luthor joined them too. Well, like, what are you people doing? Oh my God. Can't take you people anywhere. Just can't. Bola, what's going on? Because I know I'm going to ruin your name and I don't want to do that to you. So welcome. And Bianca's going there too because she's cracking up. I can actually see her face cracking up. I can just see it. Like a wholehearted, full body, like giggle going on. Man, I try to deliver news and you people just hammer me. Like, what did I ever do to you? Golly. Man. So yeah, there's a lot of news out there that's going on that you look at it, you sit back and you look at it and you're kind of like, damn, that's a lot to consider. Now, with regard to the inauguration, and we'll talk more about it on Sunday. I will be doing a Friday Flips. And it's because I'll be looking for all of the news that's coming from all of these private parties going on in DC right now because of inauguration weekend. That's what I'm thinking about. It's going to be nuts. And because everybody and their mama in crypto is there, I'm expecting deals. And not just with the government. I'm talking about deals. Like deals. And Paula just landed herself in the corner as well. There's no wine there. I'm just saying. Rick Ritchie is there too. Man, it's a packed house in the corner. We're going to have to build out that space. The corner is going to have to get built out a little bit. I might have to, start asking for donations to build out the corner for you people. You're horrible. You're freaking horrible. Is there anything else that I need to discuss on Friday night flips? I think I've gone through everything that I wanted to go through. Just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything that you guys want to go through. You guys are horrible. We're just missing Henson because he brings the pizza. No, I'm not coming. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, and Joaquin's in New York. So, Joaquin and I are going to get together. He's going to figure out his schedule and we're going to get together sometime this week. So what we might wind up doing is having a really short nighttime live because I'll be having, I'll be catching up with, what's his name again? Oh, Joaquin. My bad. Joaquin. Trying to understand a company called Never heard of it. It leverages the value of BTC for a whole life insurance policy. That's too complex for me. Never heard of it. Ooh, and it's a company. It's not a crypto project. It's a company. Do they have a coin or no? No, we don't drink Heineken in the freaking. There's no Heineken in the corner. I can't stand Heineken. No, no, you're insulting me. You're hurting my feelings now. You're hurting my feelings. At least have a good glass of something. Heineken. Seriously? This red with some dark chocolate. Oh my Lord, that would be so awesome. I'm gonna run out tomorrow and get some dark chocolate. I must. Ivan Ataura, how are you? It's a company, no coin, that I see can be mentioned on its website. And they're trying to, and what they do is they leverage the value of Bitcoin for a whole life insurance policy. That sounds like they're trying to snatch your Bitcoin from you. That's how I read it. I know I shouldn't, but that's how I read it. Lex Luthor, you have to give me more than that. You have to give me more than that, man. I don't know what that is. You have to give me more than that. Would not be easier to buy BTC directly and avoid all issues. But you're going for the insurance policy. Bank of Japan, and what was their decision on the 24th? You mean 24th upcoming? What's it about? You need to give me more. You can't keep spoon feeding me bits and pieces. Dude, don't be afraid to use the typewriter. Spell it all out, and then I can give you my opinion. I'm at a loss. Leverage my Bitcoin. Turtle Bitcoin, guess what? You want to know who does that? I'll give you one guess. Who does that? Waiting. Who does that? MicroStrategy. I told you Bitcoin is different. Bitcoin is different. You're going to use Bitcoin differently than every other coin. Different than every other coin. I don't know what that company is about. 8Paws. I would not I'm not going to research it myself. Myself personally, I'm not going to research it. It sounds like a convoluted plan. You'd be paying into something, and there are a couple of ways that you could do that. That I could see their business model, and none of them are something that I'm interested in. I'm not. Yeah, nah. Leveraging. Yeah, no. I don't even understand that. And I'm not that dumb. I mean, I'm dumb. I'm not that dumb. I don't sound. You know what I mean? Doesn't pass the sniff test for me. Does not pass the sniff test for me. But hat tip for the creativity on their part, right? Seriously, you're gonna have people that are gonna go for it. You're gonna have people that are gonna go for it. I'm like, yeah, nah. I'm not. No. I need to learn a lot more about it. But I will say this. It doesn't pass the sniff test right now, but that's because I haven't researched the company. But I will say this. You're going to see insurance companies start to move toward crypto, and that business model might change. Their current business model might be different than what they've done before. So, something to pay attention to. It's not a bad thing. Bank of Japan spiking rates will crash all markets. Oh, what they were doing before. That's what you were talking about, dude. You don't have to sentence enter. Give me the whole thing, one block, and then I can formulate what you're talking about. And you're thinking they're going to try to do it again? Japan is hurting. Do you know how many countries around the world are actually hurting? And I mean like bad. Japan's hurting bad right now. Seriously. So, yeah, things can happen. Japan has a major problem. Japan's major problem is they've got a not so strong economy at the moment. They also have a declining population. Like, if you look at the numbers of Japan population wise, Japan could cease to exist. No time soon, but within a relatively short period of time, Japan could cease to exist. They're already trying to pay people to go live there. Seriously. I have no idea what that is, Josh Hunter, and we're not shilling. So please don't do that again, because that to me is shilling clearly. Has MSTR recovered from shorts? I don't know, but I will tell you this: whatever hit they took, they're not going to worry about it because they're so far ahead from where they were. You know what I mean? Like, they can withstand, and it'll come back. I don't think they're going to have a problem. Yeah, not your keys, not your crypto. Japan is about to raise rates again. Yeah, I know Japan's about to. Japan's got problems, but I think Japan could just be hurting Japan this time around. Seriously, I think Japan is going to wind up hurting Japan more than anything else. Japan is trying to figure out how to survive. Imagine somebody coming along and buying Japan. I don't know that that's good for the USA. The trade used to be, you'd go buy Japanese bonds or whatever and you'd make money just on the arbitrage. You had companies that were just making money on the arbitrage constantly. And you can't do that anymore because now they're calling it home, and that's how they wreck the market. They didn't wreck the market. They wrecked greedy people. Didn't wreck the market. 25 basis points lower caused chaos because of how people were doing their money. And then they learned that lesson once they figured out that, oh, snap, Japan's not doing well. And we weren't paying attention because we were too busy doing that arbitrage thing that didn't work anymore. And now those loans came due. That's what happened. I'm not going to speculate on who did what and why. I think that's a bad idea. How can you distance yourself from the Fed? Did you just ask that question out loud and mean it? Or is that like a joke? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. Yeah, they raised the rates, and that's what made the arbitrage fail, and that's what wrecked a whole lot of companies because they had been making money off of the arbitrage, right? And because of that deal, when they raised the rates, it was like, can't make any money, losing money now, and all those loans came due. So it wrecked a whole bunch of companies that were playing that game. And then it spread, it didn't wreck directly, but indirectly wrecked a whole lot of people because then that spread fear throughout. But I think now everybody's up on the game. No, you can. You can lower from zero. Some company, It's been done before, where they went negative. Yep, countries have done that. That's a thing. That's absolutely a thing. I'm curious. Okay, fair. I was just looking at somebody, and I thought I thought they might have been chilling, but that could have been an honest thing. Honest questions. Okay. All right, Josh, I got you. Honest questions. Um, I thought they were trying to beat the Fed when we were lowering it more than we should have. No, no. Compare the United States to all the other countries that are out there, right? We really do have one of the best economies. Other economies are getting crushed, hammered. I hate to use this term, but remember when Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain were having problems? Just saying. Just saying. So I'm looking at that stuff and I'm just like, the world is not doing so great. It's not. It really isn't. And that's something that we need to be aware of. And the reason why is because obviously it's going to affect our bags directly, right? Directly. Don't you guys ever think about why the United States would raise rates? You have to play both sides. If we lower rates, what happens? What happens in the business market? If we raise rates, what happens in the business market? And you've got to be prepared to make a move on both. And then you start looking around the world to see, well, if this country makes a move, how much would that country affect our country? How much would that country affect another country that I'm doing business in? You've got to play those kinds of odds. You've got to create your own risk matrix to figure all that out so you can make the right moves. Now you know why I look at news from around the world. eToro going IPO for $5 billion in the United States, that would be big. Crypto.com, getting a MiCA license to operate in the EU, that's kind of big. WazirX possibly getting bought out by another firm, possibly big. Banks being allowed to to be custodians for crypto, that could be big. And I'm not talking just banks in the United States. I'm talking banks around the world. That could be big. This, the idea that the IRS wants centralized exchanges to report on everybody, the IRS is putting centralized exchanges in the crosshairs of people like me who, I don't need your stinking centralized exchange if you really want to push at it. So if you're going to have to, check or report on my comings and goings with my money, are you serious? So are you going to go to, I don't know, Amazon and say, Amazon, how's Eddie using his money? Sounds ridiculous, but think about that. Yeah, no, I don't need to use your service. I do not need to use your service. I can take my money, send it someplace, and use it from there and keep it moving. I don't need a centralized exchange to play in the crypto space. They're going to have to rethink. I keep using the same word, pragmatic. Taking a pragmatic approach to regulating crypto. That's what must be done. But right now, what you have are countries making a flippant, just a off the hip move or decision on crypto on either side, but not taking a pragmatic approach, because if you do it wrong, you're not going to collect your taxes. If you do it right, well, you would be able to collect your taxes. Spawn innovation and have that grow within your borders. But there are so many ways to go wrong. So many ways to go wrong. Banks holding crypto will be big because it will hurt exchanges. Right? For idiots that want somebody else to hold their crypto. Not your keys, not your crypto. Let one of my kids let a bank hold their crypto. I'd slap the shit out of them. I'd be like, how much is that? And then, here's your crypto. Yeah, I put it on this. There's your crypto. Get the hell out of here. Not your keys, not your crypto. I'm not holding my crypto. Get the hell out of here. So remember I told you I only keep a certain amount of money on exchanges to be able to handle the things that I want to handle on there? Guess what? I just moved all my money out of exchanges today. I was done. I finished all my transactions. That on that exchange, that particular exchange, I think there's like $5. There's $5 left. Just saying. Just saying. I'm not trying to have somebody hold my crypto. Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. Just like that movie WALL-E, robot was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Just saying. Just saying. There was another one in Star Wars. No, thank you. I don't need that. I do not need that. Did I miss anything? No. Rick Ritchie, you said FDIC. What does that mean? Oh, you were talking to DMAC. Okay. Balancing act, and governments are not known for doing things in excellence. In doing things in excellence. Yeah. Good evening. I know I'm going to ruin your name. Is it Shikazaya? I hope I didn't ruin your name. I greatly apologize if I did. Greatly apologize. FDIC has $700 billion in reserve to back $11 trillion in deposits. Good luck with FDIC. Oh, yeah, but if you split that by 250,000, maybe it stretches a little bit because that's the limit, right? Just saying. Ham's house. I like sex for limit orders. You can get that someplace else. And here's something for you. I can't say that out loud. No, I can't. For those not in the United States, you don't have that problem. The United States moving in the wrong direction with that one. They really are. I wonder if the IRS is going to get overhauled and that gets pulled back. If that gets pulled back, everything's fine. If it doesn't get pulled back, I think people using sexes could come down. I really do. As people become educated, that usage is going to come down. Has to. Do your own research. Know your entries and exits. Invest deliberately. The GMB 3, Ham's house. All dexes? No, I don't think all dexes. All dexes? Most. We'll run with most. Okay? I don't know all of them. I'd say most. In order for us to bring new people into the crypto game, we're going to need the banks to bring new people in. No, you don't. You need education. You need education, and you need those investment banks to keep doing what they're doing. Need more people to buy my book, more people to look at the internet, more people to do research. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Invest in yourself. 15 minutes a doggone day. Doesn't take a lot. Does not take a lot. You sit on the can longer than that. No whining. No whining. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, everybody. This is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, smash the likes. Tell your friends about us. Grow the community. Read the articles. And support us. We are doing more and more and more. My team is still working late on a Friday night. It's 9:22, and I'm still getting messages from my team like on updates of what they're doing. So it's nuts. It's nuts. And if you can become a big bagger, go to growmybag.tv/sign-up. Our next big bagger meeting is Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that weekend, there will not be a Sunday roundup. Gonna be watching the show. Just saying. D-Mac, thank you. Everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for showing up. I greatly appreciate you. Have a good